Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Can an Average Guy Live as a Gymshark Athlete? Here we are, episode 2. This one is all about what is the plan? What is the plan to get us from here, like this, all the way to the end goal, which is having a structure and a rig, as it were, like a Gymshark athlete. So we're going to talk about what the plan is, what everything involved, what's the diet, the calories, all of that sorts of stuff. The plan is important. It's one of those things that you've heard about over and over again. If you fail to prepare, you have to prepare to fail. This is where it starts. This is CJ Smash. This is Craig Jarvis. We are going to go through this and we're going to go through it properly. Go. Boom. A rig. A rig. Who calls it a rig? Why can't I just call it a body like a normal person? This is harder than I thought. Douche. Okay, so as I said before, this is about health, but as I was thinking about why I'm doing this and what I'm doing this for and what my plan of action was, I also noticed other things that have changed as I've gotten bigger. My breathing, I'm just out of breath. Just sitting down, out of breath. What sorts of breathing or fitness do you have if you're out of breath eating a sandwich? A sandwich. So stuff like that I really need to get a hold of, I really need to focus on, I really want to make sure I do, and I'm filming every single part of it, as I said, because I want to help someone else. And again, one person, that's all I want to do. If I help one person, then this would all be worth it, and we're just going to document everything that it is, so that there's no secret bits, there's no I'm secretly doing this behind the scenes. Everything is there for you to see. So as Matt Morsia said in his book, it's not about losing weight, it's about losing fat. If you just want to lose weight, then you could just eat nothing for a few days. You have to make sure that we're doing it the right way, and there's only one secret. There's one secret to weight loss and fat loss, and that secret is, if you want to lose weight, be in a calorie deficit. That's it. That's all there is. If you are in a calorie deficit, you will lose weight. Now, you could be in a calorie deficit and eat Cadbury's cream eggs all day. You can make sure that you count the number of cream eggs that you're gonna eat and make sure that it's a calorie deficit, and you'll lose weight. Is it the best way to do it? No, my organs are gonna hate me. They hate me already, but they're gonna hate me even more if I just gave them cream eggs. But I will lose weight. That's not what I want to do. I want to make sure that I'm healthy. I want to make sure there's longevity in this. So I want to be as healthy as possible and be in a calorie deficit to make sure I do lose that weight. But that's the key thing here, calorie deficit. If you lower calories by too much, then your body gets used to it, and that's when your body just adapts. And if it adapts, then when you do start to eat more, it just even by a few, like 100 calories more, then your body adapts to that, and it starts to keep all of that water retention, and eventually the fat retention. And that's how people, I say people, I mean me, but people end up yo-yo dieting. They start to lose loads of weight by eating small and small amounts, but you can't sustain that. So when you start eating more, then your body holds on to it even more so than before, and then you end up heavier, fatter, more unhealthy than you were before you even started. It's not an option for me anymore. I can't do that anymore. I can't go really low, really be happy with it. But as soon as I start eating a little bit more, I just store it on too much, and it's just not an option anymore. So we want to make sure that we're in a calorie deficit just a bit. Make sure we're healthy. You can up the exercise, which will then help with the calorie deficit as well, and then we'll just make sure that we just simultaneously do that bit by bit, week in and week out, over a long period of time. Hence why this is a 6-month project now and not just a few weeks. 6 months. It's going to be more than that. It's not going to be 6 months. It's going to be way more. To look like a Gymshark athlete, it's going to be about a year, isn't it? It's going to take up the whole of 2021 for me to get even close to a Gymshark athlete. So I've worked out my metabolic rate. I've worked out what I'm what I need to eat just to survive, even if I do nothing, but live. This is how much I need to eat. This is how many calories I need just to survive. Once we've got that out, then we can work out how much grams and macros I need of protein and fats and carbs, as well as micronutrients and stuff. I think on the next video I'll tell you how I did that, how I worked it out. There's a number of ways that you can do it, but I'll make sure that there's the way I did it, and this was just kind of a generic way to work it out. But just by putting in facts and figures. It's probably not the most scientific one in terms of being the most accurate, but it's certainly a way to do so, which is what I'm going to go for. The other ways of doing it is just a long process of scaling and working it out over a long period of time. I'm a little bit impatient and I need things straight away, so I'm just going to use the one that gave me the instant answer, so I can just go by that. For my macros, for the macros that I need personally, being the big guy that I kind of am, I need about 200 to 250 grams of protein. Let's not forget I'm trying to maintain muscle and gain muscle if I can during this period, as well as losing fat. I need about 200 grams of carbs-ish, and then about 60 grams of fat-ish. And that's going to take you up between 2,000 to 2,500 calories, and it depends on how much I'm training that day as to what I'm going to eat. But I'm going to make this much more detailed. I'm going to make a detailed video about macros and about metabolic base rate and stuff like that in the next video, so you can really see what I'm doing and how I've worked it out to have it this kind of way. But things change as well as I adapt, as I grow, as I shrink, as I get stronger, as I get weaker. These are going to adapt, and I'm going to keep adapting them to make sure that they hit my goals week in and week out. Don't forget, this is kind of a marathon, not a sprint. Not that I can sprint anywhere anyway. Where am I going to sprint to? Can't do a marathon either. Is there any sort of saying where we go, this is a walk, not a short walk? Because I can just about do a long walk. I'm going to invent one. So with macros, there's just one thing that you need to remember. 1 gram of carbs is 4 calories. 1 gram of protein is 4 calories. 1 gram of fat is 9 calories. So from there you can then start working out, well, if I need 200 grams to 250 grams of protein, then you know it's about 800 calories to 1,000 calories, and so on and so forth. That's how you start working out, to putting your plan together to make sure that you hit your calorie deficit goal, depending on how much you train and what you want to achieve from this. My plan for the year, exercise wise, I've got 12-week blocks planned out. So my initial plan was to have 4 12-week blocks, which will take me up for most of the year, but they require gyms. Gyms are shut, which has really put a downer on what my plan was to go for. So I'm still going to use those plans, just wait for the gyms to open. Until then, it's going to be cardio outside, sometimes inside because I have access to stuff as part of my work, and then just body weight stuff. I've got access to limited weights, punch bags where I work, so I'm going to have a practice on some of them, and I'll go through that, what I'm doing on each day, but it's going to be mainly body weight stuff and doing what I can cardio wise until I start my 12-week plans. Once the gym's opened, that's when I'm going to go into more detail about the 12-week blocks. That'll take us probably up to the end of the year now. Such a long time. Such a long time. Douche. Douche. Okay, so we're outside. As you can see, it's snowy. This is where we had the snow. Hopefully it doesn't last long. Absolute nightmare. Snow is amazing when you're a kid, but when you're an adult and you're trying to get to work and you're trying to do everyday stuff, what a nightmare. So just want to quickly talk about genetics, really. I know with my genetics I'm not going to look like Ross Edgley or Matt Morsia, but what I do know is I'm going to look the best version of myself. That's the plan. Oh my god, did I just say that? The best version of myself. Okay, so as cheesy as that is actually real. That's exactly what I'm going for. I am going for the best version of myself, and there's nothing more I can do really apart from that. A part of that as well is literally what I'm doing now, which is walking. Walking is a really good form of low intensity cardio. It's not going to ruin your knees, it's not going to ruin your joints. In the snow you might fall over. It's just as I'm talking about the benefits of walking, I'm pretty sure I'm going to stack it literally like right now. I hope not, but that's where you're going to get the most benefits out of doing low intensity cardio. It's going to be really good for your knees. It's much better for your knees than anything else. So that's where I'm going to push more cardio than anything else. And doosh. Okay, so just to finish off then, back inside. It's cold outside, so I thought I'll come back here, just get the last of the light whilst I can. So for next time then, next video I'm going to go into so much detail about macros and about metabolic base rate. I want to make sure everyone can work out their own one, even if it's just as a starting guide. They can be manipulated and changed as you start seeing results over the weeks and months of you doing it, and what I'll be doing the same way. I'm also going to have like a daily menu. I'm going to cook, I'm going to produce everything that I plan to eat within a day. Obviously it's going to change from day to day, but this is going to be the bulk of what I'm going to eat. I'm going to lay it all out, I'm going to show you what sort of things I'm eating, show you, hopefully get some oily fish in there, get some chicken breasts in there, you know, get some good micronutrients as well. I'll talk about micronutrients next time as well, and make sure that you are perfectly clear on everything that I'm doing, so that everything is laid out for you from there. So make sure you check back. Remember, like and subscribe if you are following this, or if you want to keep following this so you don't miss anything else. But that's up to you at the end of the day. Again, I just want one person to see it. Okay, right, cheers, thank you very much, see you next time, and I'll lay out everything you need to know about metabolic base rate. Doosh!